What if the thing keeping you alive is also the thing killing your dreams? That's a weird thought, right? But stick with me, because by the end of this video, you might look at your paycheck completely differently. Let me tell you about a guy named Mike. Mike was 24 when he got his first real job. $45,000 a year, he couldn't believe it. His own apartment, a car that actually started in the morning. He could buy groceries without checking his bank account first. Mike felt like he had made it. And here's the part that changes everything, that feeling of safety. It didn't go away, it grew. Every 2 weeks, money showed up, like clockwork. Mike stopped worrying about survival, and slowly, without noticing, he stopped worrying about his dreams too. At first, it seems fine until you notice something. Mike used to talk about starting his own business. He had sketches in a notebook, ideas for products, a name picked out, and everything. But after 2 years at his job, he couldn't remember the last time he opened that notebook. The salary had fixed his immediate problems so well that he forgot he had bigger ones. But this is where it gets worse. It is not just about forgetting your dreams. It is about what the salary does to your brain. See, humans are wired to avoid pain and seek comfort. Your job gives you exactly that. Predictable comfort. And your brain learns something dangerous. It learns that risk equals danger, that uncertainty equals threat, that staying put equals survival. Most people don't even notice this happening. They just wake up one day, 10 years in, and wonder why they feel empty. The salary kept them fed, clothed, entertained, but it also kept them docile, like a zoo animal that forgets it can hunt. And that is where things start to feel strange. Because you start defending the cage. Someone mentions starting a business and you say, too risky. Someone talks about traveling for a year and you say, irresponsible. Someone quits their job to pursue art and you say, must be nice to have that privilege. You are not just staying in the cage. You are arguing that cages are good, actually. Here's a question that might make you uncomfortable. How many times have you said, I will start that thing when I have more money saved? Be honest. How many years has that sentence bought you? The salary promises future freedom, but it delivers present paralysis. It is the perfect drug because the high lasts exactly until the next payday. And then you need another hit. But here's the part nobody talks about. The salary does not just pay your bills. It buys your imagination. It replaces what you could be with what you currently are. Mike did not become a business owner. He became an employee who used to have business ideas. The transformation is so gradual that you miss it entirely. Like boiling a frog, if that frog also got health insurance and a matching 401k. Now, I am not saying quit your job today. That would be stupid, and I am not stupid. You need to eat. You need a roof. I get it. But you need to see the trade clearly. Every hour you sell for a salary is an hour you are not building something that belongs to you. Every year you stay comfortable is a year your dreams get softer, quieter, easier to ignore. And most people don't even notice this. They think they are being practical, responsible, smart. But practical for what? Responsible to whom? Smart by whose definition? The salary gives you the vocabulary to describe your own captivity as wisdom. That is its greatest trick. Let me give you another image. Imagine a bird that learns to sing for seeds. Every morning it sings and seeds appear. After a while it stops looking for berries. Stops trying to fly south for the winter. Stops building a better nest. Why would it? The seeds keep coming. But one day the cage door opens. The bird does not leave. It sings louder, hoping for more seeds. This is the part that changes everything. The salary is not just money. It is a story you tell yourself. The story that you are taken care of. That you are doing what you should. That security matters more than whatever that feeling was when you used to imagine different lives. The story is so convincing because it is partly true. You are taken care of. For now. Today. This month. But here's what the story leaves out. You are also being tracked, measured, optimized. Your salary is calculated down to the dollar to be exactly enough to keep you, but not enough to free you. Enough to make leaving scary, but not enough to make staying rich. It is a precise formula, and you are the result. At first, it seems fine until you notice something. The people who designed this system are not on salary. They own things. Stocks, companies, assets that work while they sleep. They understand what the salary really is. A way to convert human potential into predictable output. Your potential, converted, packaged, sold back to you as safety. And that is where things start to feel strange. Because you start realizing that everyone around you is on the same drug. Your parents are proud you have a good job. Your friends compare salaries like it is a score. Society applauds your employment. The whole machine runs on people trading their aliveness for reliability. And the machine does not want you to wake up. But this is where it gets worse. The longer you stay, the harder it becomes to leave. Not just financially. Psychologically. Your identity wraps around your title. Your social circle becomes other employees. Your skills become specialized for tasks that only exist inside companies. You are not just losing time. You are becoming a different person. One who needs permission to take a Tuesday off. One who asks if they can pursue a passion. One who has forgotten the sound of their own voice when it is not answering to someone else. Most people don't even notice this happening. They hit 40 and buy a sports car. They have a midlife crisis that is actually just a delayed reaction to realizing they built someone else's dream. They get angry at their job, but they are really angry at themselves. For singing for seeds. For forgetting how to hunt. For becoming the kind of person who uses words like leverage and synergy without laughing. Here's the question that matters. What would you do if you did not need the salary? Not if you were rich. Just if you were free from needing that specific check every 2 weeks. Would you still do this work? Would you still live in this city? Would you still spend your days the way you spend them now? Be honest. Because if the answer is no, then you are not working. You are being kept. And keeping is not kindness. It is control with a smile. But here is the part nobody talks about. There is a way out that does not require burning everything down. You can start small. An hour a day on your own thing. A side project that is yours alone. Skills that work outside company walls. Conversations with people who are not on salary. These are tiny acts of remembering who you were before the direct deposit started. And this is the part that changes everything. The salary is not evil. It is a tool. But it is a tool that wants to be used forever. It wants you to need it, to depend on it, to defend it. The only way to use a tool without becoming its tool is to know exactly what you are trading, to see the cage clearly even while you are in it. Mike eventually left his job, not because he got brave, because he got sick. A health scare at 36 that made him realize he had been waiting for permission to live. He started his business then. It was harder than he imagined. He made less money at first, but he said something that stuck with me. He said, "For the first time in years, I feel awake. I did not know I had been sleeping, and most people don't even notice this. They think Mike was lucky to survive his illness, but Mike thinks he was lucky to get sick because it broke the trance. It made the salary small enough that he could see around it. Most of us do not get that kind of wake-up call. We have to choose to wake up, which is harder, but also braver. So here's what I want you to do. Not tomorrow, today. Look at your next 2 weeks. Find 3 hours that belong to you completely. Not to your job, not to your streaming service, not to scrolling while tired. 3 hours for the thing you stopped saying out loud. The business, the book, the move, the conversation, the thing that makes you slightly scared and slightly alive. Because this is the truth that the salary hides. You are not paid what you are worth. You are paid what it costs to keep you. And that number is always smaller than your dreams. Always. The only question is whether you will notice in time to do something about it. The cage door is open. It always has been. The salary just made it hard to see. But if you look closely right now, you might remember something. The feeling of wanting more than safety. The sound of your own voice unedited. The person you were before you learned to sing for seeds, that person is still there, waiting for you to wake up. Waiting for you to realize that the drug keeping you alive is the same one killing your dreams, and waiting for you to choose. Safety that shrinks, or uncertainty that expands, comfort that fades, or aliveness that lasts. You do not have to quit today, but you have to see clearly today. Because once you see the cage, you cannot unsee it. And once you remember your dreams, the salary starts to feel different, smaller, less like oxygen and more like a very convincing argument for staying asleep. The choice is yours. It always has been. Wake up or keep singing, but at least now you know what the song costs.